Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to Belts of Iron. All right, last episode we got our wonderful little power station set up here, and we started making steel. But now we have a little bit of a problem. We have to deal with the byproduct of steel, which is slag. So what I've done is I've removed the container from there, and I've redirected all the stuff. So instead of it all going this way, we're now all flowing this way. So we're gonna remove the slag from the system. It's going to come from the belt here. It's going to go all the way under here, back around, conveniently come wrap around here, come out here into our jangled mess, and then we're going to bring this down to our beautiful platform that we have down here. And because we need water for this, well, I've left some space open so we can add water, right? And then the belt is going to come down through here, and it's going to go into our slag holders here. And then we need to plop that into these big monstrosity. Where the heck is it here? Oh, it's in my inventory already. I'm going to plop that into here. So I'm kind of thinking, the water's there, right? We need to leave space for belts. So maybe something along the lines of like this. Yeah. And then we can bring the belt and the water in through here, right? And then we can have our water producers here. These things here are pumps back here, pumping directly into the machines. Bam, bam, bam. And then that way it gets all the water that it needs. And I don't have to worry about separating stuff. And we're just going to put one pump for each, probably. I might try two just to see what the flow is like and how much water it's actually getting. It says it only needs 20 water, which is 600 water per minute, which is just slightly less than what these things are, right? So, or these things here. Well, no, these things are supposed to take 3,600, which equals out to 100 water per minute. Is that it? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? We're gonna test it out and find out. So yeah, let me go build a whole bunch more of these things. Probably figure 10 would be good, and we'll use as many as we use, right? Well, for the recipe of this, it's asking for 120 minutes slag and underwater. So I think we should be fine with the amount of slag that we're creating over here and 5 of these maybe. If not, well, we'll add more. We got a little bit more room here, so and I got 4 or 5 more of them on me too, so we'll test it out and see how it works. So now we have the belts hooked up and the pipes laid out. Now we just got to go put the pumps in and see how this works. All right, and just like that, we got a little bit of power. We got some pumps. Everything looking really nice. I like this little setup. Looks pretty good. And then now we'd be making cement. That's cool. Very nice. Now we just gotta hook this up and bring it back, and then hook up the other line to bring that here. But this is a nice little setup. Pretty sleek. All right, let me do that. Let's go and bring down the slag first, and then we'll bring the other stuff back. There we go, and then those will populate down that way, and then we'll bring back the cement up this way. Be grandiose. Well, now that's where that's going to stop, and now we need to start planning out the assembler things, because now these have to go all into an assembler. And we got to make room for that. So these things aren't very small either. Like they're kind of big. We gotta leave room for the belt system that's in the back of these. Maybe start something like here, maybe, and then see how many of them we can fit here. Try to build some more of these. All right, well, 10 of them just fit. That's fine. We'll go with the 10. We'll try to future-proof ourselves a little bit too, because the recipe for these things too are pretty crazy. We're not even going to furnish all of these, right? So like I said, we're just future-proofing ourselves so that way as we're upgrading our belts, well, we don't have to upgrade too many of these machines because we got more than we have here right now, right? So this is kind of how my theory is going out with this so far. Try to do more than what I'm using. So all right, now let's hook up these belts, right? There you go, most excellent. Now we have all this hooked up. We just gotta hook up the stone part, the crushed stone part. That's just gotta go hook up into this one here, so that's not too bad. Well, that's not super nice, but it'll do. It will do. It will do. All right, so now we're just gonna hook up power to all of this, and then the stone. And then I think we should be good to go. Oh no, the stone is hooked up. We just gotta hook up power. All right, let's do that. All right, so this is coming alive now. That should feed all into here. And then we should be making bricks again. Wild. Um, yeah. Then we just gotta go and hook the bricks back up into here. And now all these guys are programmed in making bricks. Hoorah. We're just gotta go and hook these last little belts up. There you go. And now bricks are officially hooked back up into the system. Most excellent. Nice. Now we have a way of getting rid of our slag. The only problem is that we need a good way of making sure that we're always going to be using bricks, right? It's going to be the only thing. And we don't use that many bricks right now, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if we even use bricks in any recipe, honestly, right now. Awesome. Right now, we're not using any bricks right whatsoever in the recipe. So hopefully that changes in the near future. Because if we end up using like a lot of slag, gonna run into a problem there, right? So, all right, so that's pretty good. No complaints on that. That's looking really nice, actually. The next thing that I want to fix up is this area right here. I want to put these onto electric smelters, which would be good. Might clean up this area, make it look a little bit nicer too as well. Right, that's good. That's good. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a splitter off of here and I'll put it into there. Even if it's crooked, doesn't matter. So now we're always going to have like a little batch of stone here ready to go. These are for our bricks. What we shall do, I guess we'll disconnect this. So that way the system empties out. And we'll do the same thing with the copper. We'll try to get these things to empty out. And then we'll do maybe some research. Sounds like a good idea. So let's go ahead and research plastic. And then after that, solid fuel. Wow, well, solid fuel and plastic, whichever. Don't care. They'll both use up a lot of stuff. I guess you can't queue them, right? Oh, well, no big deal. There, now that's all cleaned up. We can place our blast furnaces down and make this look a lot more pretty. I'll probably end up moving this pole too because it might be in the way, but we'll see. I'll start off on the side over here. Most excellent. Now we just got to hook up the copper. So what I did is I deleted the line going all the way up here and I just brought it around instead and have it coming to the back here. That's probably a bit better. Now the line is going to be connected here and straight out. So very nice, very nice. What we'll do is we'll offset the iron one maybe just a little bit, and that way we'll have enough room and we'll put the iron here. There we go. So now that's all up. We just got to give this bad boy some power. There we go. That should all start to work now. Good. Oh, unless I didn't program it all. That's very possible too. Yeah, that's what it was. There we go. And just like that, everything is pumping out the iron again. Good job. Good job. Good job. Love to see it. Starting to look pretty factory-like there. Kind of like it. It was beautiful. Pretty content with what we did today. I think I'm going to call that an episode. Managed to get our smelting system revamped. And then we also managed to do the brick thing, which is really good. So that way we're dealing with the slag that we're going to be creating when we're making steel, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. So next episode, I think we're going to get into some more data packs. So that way we can start progressing in with the weapons section of the pack, because that kind of looks interesting. And then also we'll try to yeah, we'll just try to continue on and see what else is there, because we got those ferrite crystal things that we got to go do. And yeah, so other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Everybody, like, subscribe, peace, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.